Alaska, a name that conjures images of vast, untamed wilderness and a land where nature reigns supreme, a land of rugged beauty, untamed wilderness and unforgiving conditions. Here, the landscape is as breathtaking as it is brutal. In winter, it transforms into a frozen behemoth. The once lush forests and vibrant landscapes are now encased in a thick layer of ice and snow. Temperatures plummet far below freezing. Snow blankets the landscape, creating a serene yet formidable environment, burying familiar landmarks under a thick white veil. The world as you know it disappears, replaced by an endless expanse of white. The sun becomes a distant memory, its warmth a fleeting illusion. The days are short and the nights are long and unforgiving, offering little warmth in its fleeting appearances. The sky remains overcast, casting a perpetual twilight over the land. This is not a place for the faint of heart. The harsh conditions test the limits of human endurance and spirit. Survival here takes grit, determination, and an unwavering will to push through the adversity, and a healthy dose of respect for the raw power of nature. Every decision, every step must be made with caution and respect for the environment. Out here, the wilderness doesn't care about your name or your story. It doesn't discriminate. It presents a challenge. A relentless test of your will to live, a constant test of your will to live. Each step forward is a battle against the elements, a struggle to maintain your footing in the deep snow. Every step is a battle against the elements. The snow is deep, the wind is fierce, and the cold is unrelenting. Every breath, a victory hard won. The air is so cold that each breath feels like a small triumph, a testament to your resilience. But within this challenge lies a stark beauty, a raw and unfiltered glimpse into the power of nature. A chance to confront your limits and discover a strength you never knew you possessed. The journey is arduous, but the rewards are profound. And discover a strength you never knew you possessed. In the end, it's not just about surviving the wilderness, but about finding yourself within it. Imagine finding yourself alone in this frozen wilderness. The vast expanse of white stretches out in every direction, an unending sea of snow and ice. The silence is deafening, broken only by the occasional howl of the wind. It's a place where nature reigns supreme and humans are mere intruders. The cold is not just a sensation, it's a force. A presence that seeps into your very bones, reminding you of your vulnerability. The biting wind cuts through your clothes, chilling you to the bone. Each gust feels like 1,000 needles piercing your skin. Your breath forms clouds of vapor that are quickly snatched away by the relentless wind. You pull your coat tighter, but it offers little comfort. The cold is merciless and it shows no signs of relenting. You realize that in this environment, every moment is a battle for survival. Your plane has disappeared in a cloud of smoke and snow. The wreckage is a stark reminder of how quickly things can go wrong. One moment, you are soaring above the landscape, and the next, you're stranded in a frozen wasteland. The twisted metal and scattered debris are all that remain of your once reliable aircraft. You know that rescue is unlikely. You're on your own. You're left with only what you carry. A small saw, a ferrous rod, a sturdy knife, a trusty billy pot, a simple spoon, and the clothes on your back. These items are your lifeline, your only means of survival in this harsh environment. Each tool has a purpose, and you'll need to use them wisely. The saw can help you gather wood for a fire, the ferrous rod can spark a flame, the knife can be used for countless tasks, the billy pot can boil water, and the spoon, well, it might seem insignificant, but every little bit helps. And the clothes on your back. Layered for warmth, but not nearly enough for the extreme cold. You check your pockets, hoping to find something useful. A few matches, a piece of string, maybe even a bit of food. Every little item could make a difference. You know that staying dry is crucial, so you adjust your clothing to keep out the snow and wind as best as you can. Panic threatens to consume you, but you push it down. You take a deep breath, trying to steady your nerves. The situation is dire, but you can't afford to lose your head. Clear thinking and careful planning are your best allies now. You remind yourself that people have survived worse with less. You can do this. You have to do this. Panic is a luxury you can't afford. In this environment, fear can be as deadly as the cold. You need to stay focused, to think clearly, and act decisively. Every decision you make from this point on could mean the difference between life and death. You shake off the fear and steel yourself for the challenges ahead. Survival starts now. You take stock of your surroundings. The landscape is both beautiful and terrifying. The towering pines stand sentinel, their branches heavy with snow. The forest is dense, offering both shelter and danger. You need to find a safe place to set up camp, somewhere you can build a fire and stay warm through the night. You take stock of your surroundings. The landscape is both beautiful and terrifying. The towering pines stand sentinel, their branches heavy with snow. The forest is dense, offering both shelter and danger. You need to find a safe place to set up camp, somewhere you can build a fire and stay warm through the night. Towering pines stand sentinel, their branches heavy with snow. The forest is dense, offering both shelter and danger. You need to find a safe place to set up camp, somewhere you can build a fire and stay warm through the night. The trees provide some protection from the wind, but they also cast long, eerie shadows that make you feel even more isolated. The air is still, broken only by the sound of your own breathing. You have 6 items, 6 tools to help you cheat death in this frozen wasteland. You know that each one is crucial and you'll need to use them all to their fullest potential. Your mind races, evaluating, planning. You think about what you need to do first. Find shelter, start a fire, and secure a source of water. Each task is a step towards survival. 6 tools to help you cheat death in this frozen wasteland. Your mind races, evaluating, planning. You think about what you need to do first. Find shelter, start a fire, and secure a source of water. Each task is a step towards survival. You know that every decision you make, every action you take, could mean the difference between life and death. You can't afford to make mistakes. Your mind races, evaluating, planning. You think about what you need to do first. Find shelter, start a fire, and secure a source of water. Each task is a step towards survival. You know that every decision you make, every action you take, could mean the difference between life and death. You can't afford to make mistakes. You take a deep breath and begin to formulate a plan. You know that time is of the essence and you need to act quickly. You know that every decision you make, every action you take, could mean the difference between life and death. You can't afford to make mistakes. You take a deep breath and begin to formulate a plan. You know that time is of the essence and you need to act quickly. The sun is already starting to dip below the horizon, and the temperature is dropping fast. You gather your tools and set to work, knowing that your survival depends on your ability to stay focused and determined. The first order of business is shelter. Exposure is a silent killer in these temperatures. You need a sanctuary, a barrier against the elements. Scanning the forest, you spot a fallen log, its thick trunk half buried in the snow. This will be your foundation. Using the saw, you start cutting branches from the surrounding trees. It's slow, laborious work, your hands numb from the cold. But you push on, fueled by a primal instinct to survive. You build a lean-to against the log, layering branches to create a thick, insulating wall. Finally, you pile snow on top, further sealing the gaps. It's not much, but it's a start. A temporary haven in this frozen wilderness. Section 4, the breath of life, creating fire in the frozen waste. With shelter secured, your next priority is fire. Fire means warmth. Fire means safety. In the frozen wilderness, fire is not just a source of heat, it is a beacon of hope, a symbol of survival. The cold can be relentless, sapping your strength and willpower, but a fire can turn the tide, providing not only physical warmth, but also a psychological boost. It can be the difference between life and death, a fighting chance and a slow, agonizing surrender to the cold. Fire means the difference between a fighting chance and a slow, agonizing surrender to the cold. The warmth of a fire can revive frozen fingers and toes, and the light can ward off the oppressive darkness of a long winter night. It is a small miracle in the vast, indifferent expanse of the frozen wilderness. You gather tinder, dry leaves, twigs and bark, carefully shielded from the wind. Finding suitable tinder in such a harsh environment can be a challenge. You must search diligently, looking for materials that are dry and capable of catching a spark. Every piece of tinder is precious, a potential lifeline in the battle against the cold, and bark, carefully shielded from the wind. The wind can be a formidable adversary, threatening to snuff out your efforts before they even begin. You must protect your tinder from the gusts, using your body as a shield, creating a small haven where a spark can take hold. This is your lifeline, and you treat it with reverence. Each piece of tinder is handled with care, knowing that it holds the potential to ignite the fire that will sustain you. The process is almost ritualistic, a dance of survival where every movement is deliberate and purposeful. Holding the ferrous rod close to the tinder, you strike it with the back of your knife. The sound of metal on metal is sharp and clear in the cold air. Each strike is a moment of hope, a chance for the spark to catch and grow. Sparks fly, but they die quickly in the cold air. The cold is merciless, extinguishing the sparks almost as soon as they appear. It is a test of patience and perseverance, a reminder that survival is not easy. Frustration mounts, but you can't afford to give in. The stakes are too high. You take a deep breath, steadying your hands, and try again. Each failure is a lesson, teaching you to adjust your technique to be more precise, more deliberate. You strike again and again and again. Each attempt is a testament to your determination, your refusal to succumb to the cold. The repetition is almost meditative, a rhythm that keeps you focused and driven. Finally, a spark catches, igniting a tiny flame in the heart of the tinder. It is a moment of triumph, a small victory in the face of overwhelming odds. The flame is fragile, but it's a start. You coax it gently, adding thin twigs, then larger branches, nurturing the flame with care. Each addition is a step towards stability, towards a fire that can sustain itself and provide the warmth you so desperately need, until a roaring fire chases away the shadows. The fire grows, its light and warmth pushing back the cold and darkness. It is a beacon of hope, a symbol of your resilience and determination. In the heart of the frozen wilderness, you've created a sanctuary, a place where you can survive and thrive. Section 5. Fires embrace warmth, protection, sustenance. The warmth of the fire washes over you, a wave of relief coursing through your body. It's more than just physical warmth. It's a beacon of hope in the darkness, a symbol of your will to live. You huddle close, feeling the life flow back into your numb fingers and toes. But fire is more than just warmth. It offers protection against predators, keeping them at bay with its dancing flames. And crucially, it allows you to melt snow for drinking water, a necessity for survival. You fill your billy pot with snow, placing it carefully over the flames. As the snow melts, you savor the anticipation of a warm drink, a small comfort in this unforgiving landscape.